Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your extra daily dose of skill. And I noticed we have no video with M10 RBFM, and it is kind of one of the better tanks in the tier 5, especially speaking about the standard or even premium category. So why not to make a video with this vehicle, huh? What do you think, fellas? So that's what we are going to do today. M10 is very similar to Wolverine, but it's pretty much making profits. That is the difference between this tank and Wolverine, and maybe it's tiny touch slower than Wolverine is, if I am not mistaken. At least it feels like it. Now, speaking about the alpha damage and about the gun of this vehicle is 76 millimeters with a 800 shell velocity and 130 millimeters of penetration. But if you are going to go and load gold, you are getting 40 millimeters of penetration more and pretty much 250 shell velocity more, which is absolutely making a difference, to be completely honest with you. It truly does. The tank is just simply becoming a bit better, right? But to be fair with you, you do not really necessarily need to spam the gold with this vehicle in order to feel somehow decent. At least that's what I think, and this is how I feel. Meanwhile, let's try to punish enemies every single time whenever they are making something silly. One important thing which I want to highlight, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, in the lower tiers, Arta is so much more powerful than on the higher tiers, and I really want to highlight this thing whenever we are having a conversation now. I just feel like Arta in the lower tiers is way more annoying and way more powerful than in the higher tiers. Even though it might look like Arta is not doing that much damage, the thing is, you have less HP overall, right, by being in the lower tier. This is super important thing to highlight. And since you have lower amount of the hit points and overall lower amount of the armor, it just feels so much more powerful, if you know what I mean. And I truly believe in that, and I truly mean it. Well, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below, but at least that's how it works for me. And sometimes I would rather deal with let's say higher tier Arta than lower tier Arta. But once again, it is only me, right? Okay, so what do we want to do in this game? In this game, we want to play relatively safe, and we want to make sure enemies are going to regret their life choices whenever they are going to make one or another stupidity. There is no need for us to be aggressive with this tank, with all honesty. I do not really think we need to be aggressive. This is the first thing. This tank armor-wise is far away from being a very armored tank or something, right? And with this vehicle, you are pretty much ultimate sniper schnitzel. Whenever enemies are making one or another mistake, your mission and your duty is to spank enemies and, you know, not get spotted or not get shot in return. That's about it. Speaking about the lower tiers overall, I would say lower tiers are requiring so much more patience than the bigger tiers. It is kind of day and night. Once again, obviously you have less HP yourself, so this is a highlight, but it's not only about hit points, it is about many things. There is also way more derp guns in the lower tier as well, but you know, it's not like to dig too deep into this tank. I am just saying about this overall. And I haven't played with a tier 5 in a while, especially for a purely YouTube video, so for me it is kind of exciting, to be fair with you. Looking into this game, I do not really think we are winning this. I believe that's quite straight. Forward, we are losing this game quite heavily, but I do not really think we could have changed this and we could do something different. I think it is kind of game over. Enemy team have better team. Enemy team is playing better, and they are kicking our team ass. Obviously, by any shape and by any form, we are not going to give up in this game. We are not going to give up. We will start spanking enemies like there is no tomorrow. All I want to see, I want to see a mistake from their side, and if they are making a mistake, I will make sure to punish them for their stupidity, right? That's the whole plan whatsoever. Meanwhile, M10 is going with a full APCRs, fancy mother trucker, very very fancy mother trucker, and for now I am waiting until I will get unspotted. I think I am unspotted at this point, so we can start spanking this M10 once again. Okay, M10 is actually spotting us. How about this light time? I cannot do anything for him. Relax, take it easy. I can hear Arta, but Arta did not went for me. That's okay. Good. So far I am very very happy how do we play this game, and I think we are doing a great job, to be completely honest with you. Now, can we spank this Chinukai? Yes we can, but in the end of the day we are going to die. Listen, for a tier 5, 2000 damage, no, I don't really think many tanks can do the same thing what we did. And we farmed those 2000s like there is no tomorrow. The biggest mistake for me was to take this position here and to lose a bit of the hit points in the start, because if not that, I think our performance would be significantly better. Anyways, that's what we have. So once again, if you are playing with probably most of the tier 5 shitters, most of the tier 5 tank destroyers or medium tanks, let's get real, not many of them has actual armor, so you just simply need to be more patient, and you need to rely on enemies making a silly goose mistakes. If enemies are going to make silly goose mistakes, you are going to feel like a fresh pickle and you are going to farm like there is no tomorrow. Let's see how much profits we have made with this vehicle, because I believe this is a very very solid performance for a tier 5. So look at this, this is actually huge. What we have done, we did 2000 damage and we did 2 kills. Beautiful, we are top by experience, we are top by the damage, and we made 92,000 profits, which is huge. Although, please keep this in mind, 40,000 is coming from a mission, so even without this, it would be 40,000 profits. And for a free-to-play player, maybe it's not that horrible when we are considering this. Although, obviously, not everyone will be able to do 2,000. Anyways, let's teleport to the round number 2, shall we? We are back in the game, and what do we have? We have a tier 7 matchmaking, so this is going to be rough. But before that, I really want to remind you fellas, index page, you can see many things there. You can see the tank ratings in depth, you can see equipment setup. We are working on the new iteration soon, so you can see equipment setup by the other content creators, and you can see many things there. For example, field modifications over there and many other things. The crew setup, expectation values to mark one or another tank. So fellas, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to check it out if you are new to the channel especially, and if you are new in the game. I believe this is going to be the life-saving experience in a way, right? You will see which tanks are good or which tanks are not so good, and which lines you can avoid. It is very important thing to highlight, so check it out fellas. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a Pilsen and we have tier 7 game. This is far away from perfection, to be completely honest with you, and it truly doesn't look that great, but we are not going to cry about it. We are going to stay calm, and we will try to stay focused. All we want to do in this situation, we want to see enemies being a bit aggressive and trying to make a bit of pressure. If they will do that, we are going to spank them like there is no tomorrow, and we are going to make the things work. I believe in that. Meanwhile, we have Type 64 who is going in front like crazy mother trucker. So what that means maybe, just maybe, he is going to spot the snipers here in the back, and at this point I am just going for a blind shots. I have all time in the world of tanks, so I can do that. You never know whenever someone is sitting right here in those bushes, so I would highly recommend to blind fire here as many times as you are willing to. Especially in the lower tiers, people love to take the typical standard positions, right? Just how it goes, and you can always pack a free shot of damage, or 2 or 3, depends how lucky you are, right? At this point, we are just waiting until Type 64 will spot someone for us. Looking how he is playing the game, I have a suspicion they do not really have anyone sitting there. At least that's what I want to believe. Wow, okay, very interesting. So what we are hoping for and what we are betting for, we are hoping someone will get spotted going through this middle road over there. I think this is the right way for us to do the things. Now, speaking who are not spotted in this game, we still have plenty of the gentlemen who wasn't spotted. For example, T-43, Cover 1, and couple of the sniper schnitzels. So once again, we just need to be patient. As wrong as it sounds, the biggest and the most important tip for any lower tier players, or for overall, whenever you are playing low tiers, it is to be patient. There is no better advice than being patient, fellas. Once again, mistakes are extremely crucial in the lower tier, and in the same time, it's just the right way to do the things. You just need to wait until enemies are going to make one or another silly goose mistake, and if they are doing that, you are playing farming simulator. If enemies are not doing mistakes, this is the problem. So for example, in this game, it doesn't look ideal by any shape or by any form, but in the same time, it doesn't mean we can simply go and make pressure in front and beat them all. It just doesn't work this way, especially when you have no armor whatsoever, right? I have an idea. I'm not entirely sure is it going to be a good one or not so much, but I really want to craft a nice angle towards this Type 58. I have a feeling we will be able to do that extremely soon, and if we are going to craft a great angle for this gentleman, I believe we can farm him like there is no tomorrow. This is the plan, this is the hope, this is the dream. Okay, Type 58, how I can craft the angle? I see one way how I can do this, but this is way more riskier, because if this Su or this VK or anyone else would spot me, I would have a big trouble. So, look at this, we crafted a good angle, this is exactly what we are looking for, and this is what we want to see. And now we are going to spank him every single time whenever we have a chance to do so. And once again, why we have this kind of situation? Because we are being relatively patient, and because we are finding the mistakes from the enemy team, right? Ooh, speaking of mistakes, that was very close. Okay, how about this Cover 1 sitting here? I really dislike the M44 Arta, fellas. This is far away from being good for us. It just to put this out of the way. We do not want to fight against the M44. We just do not want to do that. Cover 1 is making pressure through the middle. Okay, that's understandable. Thank you very much for information. And the enemies farmed all this side for us. Or for themselves, I suppose to say. Okay, let's try to run away. So far, the game is looking quite poor, if you would ask me. We have only, I repeat, we have only 2 shots of damage so far, but this is kind of only the start. If we are going to do the things properly, and I will try to make sure I will, we are going to take a very nice position here near the red line, and then we will be able to spank the heavy tanks whenever they are going to get involved, which once again they will, because they have a bit of the advantage over there. At least it should be the case. Meanwhile, ooh, I'm getting spotted. Not exactly what I am looking for. I wonder who is spotting me. This is the question. M44 is saying, hello sunshine. Not a big surprise. Cover 1 is going with a full APCRs. Very smart. Oh, the light tank spotted me. Very smart bugger. Extremely smart bugger. Okay, that explains everything. Very smart play by the light tank, obviously. Meanwhile, our Wolverine decided not to run away, and he paid dearly for his mistake, right? He decided not to escape, and he simply got caught off guard. And at this point, fellas, we are just trying to craft as much use as we physically and possibly can. And this is complicated, I'm telling you. And this is very complicated. Meanwhile, we have enemy VK sitting in the middle of the field. That's good. Let's try to punish him. Obviously, at this situation, we need and we must load APCRs. There is no other way around it, we just need to do that. The score is poor for us overall, if you know what I mean. Speaking about the situation, we have a very, 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 very poor score overall, and this is a problem. But in the same time, this is as much as you are going to get whenever you are bottom tier. I'm not afraid to say and to show the games can go in this way. Fellas, that's why +2 matchmaking is bad in the game. It doesn't really matter how good you are as a player in a way. If you are a bottom tier, you are like MMA fighter going into the ring with a tight hands like this, you know? It's just how it goes. Obviously, it's quite fun whenever you are tier 7 and you are destroying the tier 5s, but you know, coin always has two sides. So we are accepting this and we are moving on. Looking into all of this, only 800 damage in this kind of situation, so we finished 5th by experience and 4th by the damage. Considering all situation, I would say that was a good game for us and it was a success. Speaking about the profits, there is no profits. We lost 3000 credits, plus on top of that extra rations and the medkit and everything what am I using. So yeah, not ideal, but that's what we have. Let's go for round number 3, shall we? This is the map. This is the dream for any sniper schnitzel. It doesn't really matter the tier. This is the dream for everyone to play in this map, to be completely honest with you. If you are having Prokurovka with your Grille, you will be happy. If you have Prokurovka with the M10, you will be happy. If you have Prokurovka with a Hellcat, you are going to be super happy, right? It's just how it goes, and this is a perfect map. Speaking about the situation, I would love to get as a bare minimum, let's say 2000. 2000 would be absolutely amazing. Obviously, a lot depends on the situation where enemies are going to play. Because if enemies are not going to play in 1-2 line, this is going to be very hard to craft the score for us. If enemies are going to play in 1-2 line, I believe this is going to be absolutely amazing experience and it is going to be great. Now, what do we have from all of this situation? We are sitting in the typical bush. I might get blind shooted, but lower tiers tends not to blind shot as much as higher tiers, right? Because the experience of the players are way lower. And to be fair with you, I think lower tiers might enjoy the game a bit more. I'm speaking about the lower tier players, right? At least from this is what I noticed. Anyways, let's see. Not very easy to find the proper angle to punish this Stug, but we are trying to do our best, and Stug took one for the team. Excellent, very nice. Meanwhile, what do we have here? We have a Mr. Churchill playing in the middle, so all we need to do, we need to start punishing the guys who are playing over there. Not the easiest thing for us to do, but we will try to do everything what we physically and possibly can. Meanwhile, tier 6 super tank got spotted, T-3485M, and what we are doing, we are just spanking him like there is no tomorrow. Unfortunately, the gun handling did not treat us very well in this game, but we need to accept what we have and we need to do what we need to do. Meanwhile, if we are going to be lucky, obviously it is a big if, we are going to eliminate enemy light tank, and enemy light tank is dead. Now this is like a pigeon shooting party. Pretty much how the things are looking like. Every single time enemies will try to peek through the middle, we are going to spank them, and this is exactly what we want to do. So far we started the game very well. Meanwhile, as you can see, we have the tourists like Ikea who are playing in the middle of the field, and that's completely normal, fellas. This is a lower tier experience. This is World of Tanks for beginners in a way, right? Although I saw in my life, I have seen many players who has, let's say, 50 or 80,000 battles, and they are playing only lower tiers, and they're enjoying themselves, you know. And in a way, if you are free-to-play player, most of the players who are playing free-to-play, I notice they are liking the lower tiers overall more because they are not losing as much credits, and it's overall more fun in a way, right? Okay, at this point, I am trying to figure out how we can do the things. I am relocating a bit. The main reason why am I relocating? Oh, such a bad time for relocating. Such a bad time for relocating. Okay, maybe it's not that horrible. Let's see. Can we spank this T-34? My mission is to make his life horrible. This is my mission. Not the easiest thing to do. Okay, I need to go back. That was a mistake from my side, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I shouldn't escape from this position in time, but I thought it is going to work just fine. Oh well, little did I knew. Little did I knew, fellas. Okay, this is a bit of the problem, but we will try to deal with this. Since we are sniping from the way higher distance, what I would love to do, I would love to damage both of them sitting here. This is very important thing to say. Come on, one more. No, unfortunately not really. I am down to 2 shottable for T-34-85M, so this is a bit of the trouble, this is a bit of the problem, but I need to fight with him. He's down to 2 shottable for us, so if we are going to do everything properly, which I believe we will, he is dead. I think I will reload before he will. I am wrong. Please let me kill him. Thank you. Okay, hard game. I'm down to fartable at this point, and I am not entirely sure am I able to escape in time. So all I can do in this kind of situation is to sit in this bush probably and just simply wait till the death will come. I do not really think we can change anything. I made one mistake by escaping from my sniper schnitzel position. That was my mistake, and I cannot undo it. I cannot say, well, well, no. I cannot change anything. I just need to be patient at this point and to have the last resistance, the last stand from the enemies who might make a hardcore pressure for us, right? We know the T-34S is here, and we know the M10 is here as well. I do not really think I am going to get spotted here by any means, by any chance. All I need to do, I need to pay attention to the line of the bushes right there. Skill, I have a question. Why are you not playing too aggressively over there? Well, the main reason why I do not play too aggressively here is because I have nowhere to escape, you know? It is kind of a game over if I am going to do this. But on the other hand, if I am sitting in this bush, we are having so much better situation and we are feeling so much better overall. This gentleman is officially dead. Excellent. This is exactly what we were looking for, and that's why we selected this position to play, you know? Meanwhile, I wonder, is Mr. BDR going to be just as aggressive as enemy Panther was? This is the question, or I supposed to say M10. We have plenty of people who are making pressure now, so at this point I am thinking about being just tiny touch more aggressive. Lovely, that was absolutely amazing, so now we need to figure out where the BDR is sitting at. Very, very nice play by us. I was dreaming about the 2000. Looks like we are over 2000 at this point, which is very, very good, but it's not over yet. There is still BDR, wild BDR sitting somewhere in the jungle. Let's see, can we spank him? Also, I would love to get Brother in Arms, but it doesn't look like we are going to get one. Meanwhile, BDR is spotted. BDR just killed one of our team members, but you know what? It doesn't change too much for us because we can still farm this Mr. BDR and we can enjoy ourselves. So look at this beauty, 2,700 damage. Purely because of the map which we got for ourselves. So by any means we are lucky. But once again, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, remember, the second game which we had, we took one for the team just because of the, well, let's say tier 7s, right? And in this game, we got perfect conditions. We got many people playing in 1-2 line. We got a sniper schnitzel tank, and we finished everything like this. Although only first class after this performance. Well, it makes sense because I was sniping from the back most of the time. Anyways, 4 kills, 2.9 thousand damage. Absolutely amazing. We are second by experience, and we are top by the damage. Speaking about the profits, we kind of broke even because I was shooting quite a bit of the gold ammunition in this kind of situation because I really wanted to secure the kills or secure the damage when the distance we are a bit higher, right? And all in all, I am super happy with my performance. I think we played extremely well with this tank, and in the end of the day, our average performance is like 1.9 thousand damage with a tier 5. Fellas, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is pretty damn great score for a tier 5. We did like 4 times more HP or 4 times more damage than we have hit points, which is good. So enjoy yourself if you have M10. It is not a bad vehicle by any shape or any form. In fact, I would say it is very, very solid tank if you haven't played it in a while and you like lower tiers. Maybe you should does this vehicle. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time together with us and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace. And obviously, thank you very much for watching. Take care, fellas.